putting the hydro through, that's it up there, for the Cook Strait cable, and they, Tom Shand wrote this silly note on memo to Eric Ropiha, who was the Secretary of Māori Affairs at the time, and said, I don't see why the natives should benefit from the road improving the value of their land, so get the Maori trustee to alienate it. So a whole silly series of purchases with individuals that didn't live here, they lived away. So what Mr. Ropiha did was he went to all of the people that lived out of Māori first, brought their interest, and then they had this meeting at Tapuae-o-uenuku, and so Ngāti Toa said, oh well, they don't come here much, and so they were quite happy to take the money. Ngāti Rāua said, well, they do come here, but oh well, the land was going to be taken, they wanted some sections down the pa, and what's grey land now, it's called the Rory Estate, and Uncle Manny said, oh well, no, our people still use it, and so you know, if we were to lose that land, we'd want some replacement land, and so that's how we got Waikawa and land at Growthtown where Hikoi is now. And there's the usual machinations of paraphrase it up, but it wasn't a direct swap because obviously this land belonged to individuals, and this was being put back into a form of a tribal piece. So that's how we got those two sections. After all that was done, they suddenly realised that they hadn't purchased the beach, and the three iwi, although the reserve was cut into three bits, we were all joined in the beach, and so they had to turn around and purchase the beach. And because this was a fishing reserve, back in the 1860s, Ihaya Kaikoda and his brother Hakaraya, Rangi Hayata, and I forget who was running, Wirimu Te Kānai, I think was running the Ngāti Toa interest over here then. They sold a part of the land for the cable station, because no one knew what a cable station was then. I think they thought a town was coming here. And so the rest, 2,500 acres, was set aside as a reserve for the three iwi. Donald McLean and James Mackey, who surveyed it, they described this as a useless and worthless piece of land adequately suited for the natives' needs. What the title, the original title paper, when you look at it, in Māori it says something different. It says that it was he wahi hika, he wahi rungua. And so all of the old ladies used to come over that zigzag track on the dinghy, and over there's the Pukatea stream, and that's where they used to get all their runga. So I thought I'd just let you know that. So that part there, that was a wahi runga. That was the value for the natives at the time. That particular part, that Pukatea stream, is linked to Keelan's obsession with the Ngarara Huarau. When the Ngarara Huarau was just killed over the other side by Rongo Papa, when they were killing it, all the feathers were flying off, as told by Ihaya, and the feathers that flew off turned into a special sort of an eel, they said, that's only found in the Pukatea and around there. And there was all sorts of treasures were pulled out of the belly of the Ngarara, what we know now to be the Hapakornis Haast Eagle. So that's what the atua principles of Rongoa are for all of there. And Uncle Vern Stafford, who had a very close relation to Book, of course, he was deeply fucking superstitious about lots of places. But him and Bev, who were doing Rongoa, one of the first people, they used to come over here and they used to get all of their real essences, all of their shoots from over in there. We came over with them one time, final story, and then and there was some of this curly plant on the ground. And I said to him, oh, what's that, uncle? Because he was naming all the plants and he didn't talk about that one. He said, oh, you fellows don't need to know about that. And I said, oh, what is it? And he said, oh, it's mingi mingi. And I said, oh, what's mingi mingi? And he says, oh, old men, that's what old men need, you know, it sort of fixes them up. But you fellas, you're only in your 40s, you don't have to worry about that. So if anyone knows where the mingi mingi is here, I've forgotten and I'm happy for you to take me over there because I thought I'll pick some up. Oh no, mingi mingi is supposed to be better to fix what ails you. So that's all I wanted to say about the reason why we said to the Crown when you came in they were going to give us that flat tented area and you get a reserve back for cultural redress, but there's a guarantee. The guarantee is you have to guarantee public access, and we weren't keen with that. So you'll see on the map, I talked with Matt, talked with Molly, and we wanted that place. And so the tide now is cutting the public beach off, and that's our beach over there. Our reserve you'll see on the map that's in your handout, it comes right to the edge of where that high water mark is. So that's our beach. And our tidal, it goes up there to the top of those trees, over the other side of those rocks, right around to the end. And while the three iwi were in there, that was to stop arguments. So that we wouldn't be arguing all the time, you know, who's got shares. The three iwi were in there, but I always have Molly and I always have Matt Gray on and say, well, don't forget you fellas sold. But the main part is the three iwi, the three Wairau iwi, in modern times are back in Pukatea. But the tapu comes of this place, the Tapuae-o-uenuku and things, Lizzie, it comes right back from Rugamai Papa and from the Whakapapa Pete's bed sharing it. That's me, kia ora.
So what I wanted to quickly mention was, when you look at the whakapapa, you'll see it basically looks like migration after migration. So when people typically came this way, there was a number of migratory paths they would come. This way, into this place, Arapawa Island. Arapawa Island was like the Grand Central Station. That's where typically when people were coming over, they'd stop there and then they'd make their way further south. Port Gore, Anamahanga is another point at which we came into the south, and so is Rangitoto. So you can see when you look at the whakapapa, people who arrived sort of from the Kapiti side came down through Rangitoto. That's why that side was heavily populated with people like the Tūmata Kōkiris and the Ngāti Apas and the Ngāti Kupihas and the Wairangis. On this side, Wairarapa was one of the main departure points. So you'll see people like Huataki, Hāpairangi, Whakamana, Tūkauwai, they're our Wairarapa connections. And Richard talked about tuku this morning. There was another tuku that took place over there as well, and that's how we acquired the waka to come here. So we tuku'd land, in return we were given waka, and we departed to come these ways. If you have a look, this is a really good view here. You can see Tapuae-o-uenuku on your right, Te Hau in the middle, and that last little peak here, that's Maukatere.